Hari Om. Let's do prayer first. Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Saha Viryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu Mavit Vishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Guru Stotram. Chinmayam Vyapiyat Sarvam Trailokyam Sacharacharam Tatpadam Darsitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om. We are doing a series of talks on the introduction to Vedanta, where we will start with the basic fundamentals and then proceed to more advanced concepts. And Vedanta has two meanings. Veda or Apaurusheyam scriptures, and end part of the Vedas where the Jnana Kanda is there, or the Upanishads, and they are called Vedanta, where all the highest philosophical discussions are there, where between the teacher and the taught are being discussed and that's presented. Vedanta also means, Veda means knowledge, Anta means end. So this also is ultimate knowledge, where the highest philosophical questions are answered. What's the purpose of life? And this is the highest knowledge, because any other knowledge only relative knowledge, whereas this knowledge is the most fundamental knowledge. In fact, in the scriptures, a student goes to a teacher, says, "Sir, please teach me that knowledge by which I will know everything. Kasminno bhagavo vijñāte sarvamidam vijñātam bhavati," knowing which I know everything. Whereas in the other kind of knowledge, if we know something, whatever we know, our ignorance also grows, because the more we know that there are a lot more things to know. And that is true with all objective knowledge. Therefore, as the knowledge is gaining, the amount of ignorance is also increasing rapidly, because we are becoming a specialization of smaller and smaller and smaller. So therefore, all objective knowledge in fact makes me limited. And that's why people become humble when they know. Whereas Vedanta knowledge is that knowledge, it says, knowing which I will know everything. Eka vijñānena sarva vijñānam bhavati. Knowing one thing, I will know everything. And that is why it's called the highest knowledge. Why exactly we need to know that? What's the purpose of life and so on? We will analyze it slowly. But here we'll start from the beginning with the idea of why, with a rational mind in place, and trying to question everything until we are clear about ourselves and the purpose. If we look around, examine our own lives, we know we are born. But examine closely, we have not really any choice in this. We are born on such and such a date, and no one has asked us before, should we be born or not. It seems to be as though we are pushed into this world. And whatever, one day we are going to die. We cannot live here eternally, because whatever has the beginning must have an end. And therefore, everyone that has a date of birth is ending with a date of death, one day or the other, by some means or the other. And at this span, where from the birth to the death, or from the womb to the tomb, we are gaining the experience of life and questioning ourselves, why am I here? What does this life means? Why am I suffering in this world? Looks like the whole world is against me, and I had to yoke out the happiness out of this world. This seems to be a struggle of every living being. The question is, what exactly life means? Where did I come from? Is there a life before? And is there a life after? These are the questions that I cannot really find a meaningful answer, because whoever died has not come back and returned to tell me that there is a life after. And we don't remember anything before, if there was a life before. Yet, we find ourselves in this without any choice. Whether to whom we are to born, we have no choice. What type of skin we should have, we don't have no choice. White skin, or a brown skin, or a black skin, or a red skin, no choice at all. Not even whether it is a man or a woman, we have no choice. We are almost pushed without any choice. We don't have any choice whether who is going to be my siblings. But yet, I am put in a situation where I had to find meaning for this life. Doesn't look fair. So therefore, we had to question, so what exactly is this life? What am I living for? And this is what a very rational intellect cannot but question at one time or other. Say, everybody is living, why don't you live? Why do you want to ask all these questions? No one is going to answer these questions properly. Some say, but we cannot but ask. A person who is a rational intellect cannot but ask these questions. Only few people ask these questions. Only one person asks, why does the apple fall down? Of course, apples were fallen down before also. Says, why don't you eat the apple, enjoy yourself? Why do you want to know all these silly questions? Why does the apple has to fall down? Some may say. So, but I want to know why. So, inquisitiveness to why and find out what is the cause for this effect. So, the cause-effect relationship I need to know. The causation hunting seems to be an instinctive driven for a human being. Why am I here? Why? What is the life means? Only few people ask. For them only Vedanta provides a meaning. If I'm not interested to know why, says keep living until this question rises. So this introduction of Vedanta is to those people who have an inquisitive to know what exactly the meaning of life, why I'm here, and where am I going, why there is a disparities in this life. Some are born rich, some are with a silver spoon, some are with a golden spoon, some are with a wooden spoon, some no spoon at all. Doesn't seem to be any fair. Is this life has a meaning at all? And is there a life after? Is there a heaven and hell? All these questions people ask. Science cannot answer these questions because science is only based on perceptual data, and I don't see anybody coming back after death. I have not seen any person who is come say, I was in this life, now I am in this life. There is no proof for it. And science based on objective data analysis cannot provide me an answer to these questions. Then how do I know? Is life a random process? Suddenly some random life is originating? Some X and Y chromosomes meeting and some randomly forming a life? Is that all life? Some say it is just a random. Sir, randomness can only explain the behavior of a group, but not the behavior of an individual. Where it is a deterministic system where says when I do something, I am seeing the effect of it right away. There is a cause-effect relationship directly, so therefore this randomness cannot explain why me in this situation, why am I suffering here at the expense of somebody else's? These questions cannot but leave us until we find the right answers. Who am I? What is this world? Why am I born in this particular situation? What's my relationship with me and the world? Is this world a creation? Is there a creator? Why did he create? Why did He create me without asking my permission? Why did He put me in this situation? If there is a creator, you call a God, where is He now? I want to settle accounts with Him. I want to know why He created like this. Or some say it is His Leela, His play. His play? At my expense? What kind of God is He? These questions cannot but be asked. I cannot settle with answers like that unless I know why and why not. If there is a creator, I want to know where He is. Why did He create? What is the purpose of this creation? Is this really a creation at all? Or some accidents happening, as the science say, like a big bang occurring and suddenly there is a creation? Is that what it is? I need to know. These are the questions that we will ask and analyze systematically and logically. And question that we say is, what exactly is the purpose of life itself? And if I look around myself, so what is the meaning? Is I just want to be happy. That's all. I don't care for God. I don't care for heavens. I don't care for hell. But I want to be happy. That's all. So that seems to be a fundamental drive for everyone to look for happiness. What makes me happiness and what makes you happiness may be different, but everyone is longing for, wanting for, looking for happiness itself. The question therefore is, what exactly is the happiness? How do I find the happiness? Where do I find the happiness? And this struggle to find the happiness seems to be driving from one life to other, from birth to death. So every pursuit in my life, whatever I'm doing or want to do, is because by doing it, I'm going to be happy. So what I'm searching for, not God, not heavens, I'm searching for happiness. That seems to be the life, a fundamental force for the life itself. Looking for happiness. Now let's ask the question, are we happy with whatever we have? So the one who does not have, he say, I'm going to be happy if I have this, or if I have that. So wanting for this and wanting for that seems to be a driving force to know that that makes me happy. But is that going to be happy? When I desire something and I get what I want, there seems to be happiness out of it. But still it left me an inadequate person, because there is still longing and wanting to become happy more. So even though I want something, I thought I'm going to be happy with it, I find myself, I'm still incomplete or unhappy, and I'm going to be complete with something more. And if I get that something more, will I be happy? No, it's the same problem. When I get what I want, there seems to be momentarily happiness depending upon the intensity of the desire, that object that I am gaining. But yet, my happiness seems to be fleeting. So I want to know how can I be eternally happy all the time when I get everything, when there is nothing more for me to get. Because now I am complete, I am full, because there is no more longing for anything else, because I am happy with everything that I have, because I have everything. That means I have total universe itself, I am full. So when I am full and complete by myself, I am absolutely happy, because there is nothing else I can add to. Therefore, there is no more longing mind, there is no more wanting mind, there is no more desiring mind, because everything that I desired for is already I have. So, extreme happiness comes only, the unlimited, inadequate happiness comes only when I am fully adequate with everything in the whole universe. And that's what in the Taittiriya Upanishad says, Manushya Ananda is, if you consider it as one, there is a Gandharva Ananda, each one is 100 times because he has more than what you have. And the one who has the highest is the one who is the happiest. So it looks like if I'm going to become full by adding things, then I'll be happy. So life's struggle seems to be gaining this, gaining that, so that I can become fuller and fuller, so that one day I become completely full.